This is Small Biz Florida, the podcast designed and produced specifically for Florida small business owners and entrepreneurs. Small Biz Florida, talk that works for Florida. This podcast is supported by the Florida SBDC Network, providing the tools, strategies, and expertise to help Florida's business community thrive. Visit the Florida SBDC online at www.floridasbdc.org or contact your local office and get started on your path to success today.
This is Small Biz Florida, the podcast and broadcast that's all things business across the state of Florida. I am Tom Kindred, your host for Small Biz Florida. And as all of you know who tune in to Small Biz Florida on a regular basis, our little podcast here is all about business resources, assistance programs, and all kinds of business activities that are taking place across the state of Florida. And today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite business events, the annual Florida SBDC Small Business Success Summit. And we've got the expert to talk to us about the summit this year, our very good friend, Bridget LaCoste. Bridget, welcome to Small Biz Florida.
Thank you so much, Tom. I'm happy to be here.
Yes. And we're talking about my favorite event today. I love the event. I love being on the road, taking Small Biz Florida on the road. And we were all over in Tampa last year for the Small Business Conference. Loved every minute of the conference. Got a lot of great interviews, a lot of great information from the presenters that you had at the conference last year. Two really standout keynote speakers last year at the conference. Yeah. So I am looking forward to this year's conference. You can give us the details, but it's going to be at the end of July, and it's down in Fort Lauderdale this year, right?
Yes. So
absolutely.
Yeah, we're so excited again to be hosting this great event. It's actually August 2nd through the 3rd, and it's going to be held at the beautiful Westin Fort Lauderdale Beach Resort. So like you mentioned, last year we did host this event in Tampa. It was our first inaugural event. And, we had really great success with that event. We had over 375 attendees, and we got really great feedback that just prove the need for this kind of event for the state, and also just the impact that it had on small business owners and entrepreneurs. So again, we're just thrilled to bring this event to Fort Lauderdale, and we hope that businesses out there will join us again for what I'm sure will be, another successful, worthwhile event.
Yeah. And, I remember after the inaugural event last year, the one comment that we all heard from so many folks was, wow, it wasn't long enough. So I think people really appreciated small business owners and operators and entrepreneurs who attended the event, really appreciated the valuable content that was presented at the event. And again, reflected in their comment was they were looking for more. So I think you're absolutely right. I think everyone's looking forward to another great conference this year.
Yes, that's exactly right, Tom. We did get some feedback that, last year it was just one day. So we are bringing 2 days of content. If you want, I can kind of briefly go over, what we'll have on the docket for the agenda. So we're going to kick this event off on August 2nd with a welcome keynote luncheon. So that keynote, her name is Kristen Hadid. She has over 15 years of experience working with high-performing leaders and businesses all over the world. She is also a business owner herself, and she's actually an SBDC client as well. And I know the story. I feel like the story of her entrepreneurial journey will resonate with the audience, and you'll get a lot out of it. So you definitely won't want to miss that. And so after our keynote luncheon, we'll have some great breakout sessions to follow and a networking welcome reception that evening. And then August 3rd will be our full day of content. We'll start bright and early in the morning. We'll have another main stage keynote speaker. That section is slated for Jordan Crenshaw. He's actually the Senior VP of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce's Technology Engagement Center. And so one thing I haven't mentioned yet is our theme for this year is actually trade, technology, and transformation. So we're really excited about that theme and to bring some really great speakers that align with that. And in line with this theme is Jordan's keynote address. So he'll discuss the effects that technology platforms have on small businesses and the economy. So that's really going to be a great session too. The rest of the day, we'll have, more main stage speakers, more breakout sessions. We'll dive deeper, into some of those topic areas like international trade, marketing, government contracting, access to capital, all those great things that will give businesses the leg up to, enhance their businesses and grow. So that's a little bit about the event.
All right. And talk to us early on here. Let's get this, make sure we get this in before I get to talking and forget about all these things. But how does one register and get a ticket to participate in the conference?
Sure. Okay. So the standard registration fee, and I'll go over that too, is $250. But right now we have the early bird rate going on at $175 a ticket. That's going to be available until June 30th. So you're going to want to act quickly. Anyone can register by visiting our event website, and that's www.floridasbdc.org/success_summit. And that website too is kind of where I encourage everyone to go and visit to learn just more about the event in general. We have our tentative agenda there, a lot about the event venue. We do have a hotel block if you're traveling from out of town with a really great rate there. We have all the information about our speakers and, of course, our wonderful sponsors that are participating as well. You can read more about that on our event website.
Talk a little bit about the sponsors. Who are the sponsors this year of the event?
Sure. Well, we've got some really great partners that we're working with this year that have some incredible resources for small businesses that I'm excited for attendees to get to engage with. Our presenting sponsor this year is Florida First Capital Finance Corporation, and our gold sponsor, again, a really great partner that we have a long-term relationship with, United Midwest Savings Bank. Our silver sponsorship is Florida Economic Development Council, SBDC. And then we have a few bronze sponsors right now: Career Source Florida, Thrive, Florida Business Exchange, Florida Makes, and Suncoast Credit Union.
Nice.
And we still have lots of sponsorship opportunities out there. If anyone's listening that would like to partner with us to support Florida small businesses at this event, we have lots of spots in exhibitor space available. So I encourage people to visit that event website to go over our sponsorship packet, or you could email me directly and I can touch base with everyone about that.
All right, nice. And, beyond all the presentations that take place, which are, valuable and, great information, there's also the opportunity really to network with other small business owners, exchange information, exchange best practices. I mean, because that's all this is, right? This is a gathering of Florida's, elite small business owners. Is that
exactly.
fair?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. And I do want to say, our main goal out of this event is that if we're going to take a small business away from their business for 2 full days, we have to provide them with something tangible and worthwhile that they can just take back immediately and implement into their small business to help them, get to that next level. And I think that's exactly right. Like you said, we're doing that through trying to connect them to the people who have resources out there that they just weren't available about, they just didn't know about, through professional development opportunities that we're providing. I just think people are going to get a lot out of not only those networking opportunities, but what we're bringing to the table as far as, PD opportunities.
And let's talk for just a minute. Of course, you and I live this every day, but let's just talk just a minute about who's really putting all this together. It is the Florida Small Business Development Center Network, SBDC as we call it. Just talk a little bit about the network, the group that's behind all of this work and putting this event together.
Yeah. So like you said, the organization that's hosting this is called the Florida Small Business Development Center Network. And we're a network that consists over 9 regional offices, and we have 1 state office. And we're all associated with institutes of higher learning. We have more than 40 offices with over 250 business consultants, and we go all the way from Pensacola to Key West. We serve every single county, and just really focus on the needs of Florida's business community. And our bread and butter is really the one-on-one, no-cost business consulting. And we just have specialists that can provide expertise in just so many different areas. And, our core mission is just to help businesses in the state of Florida start, grow, and thrive. So that's a little bit about who's hosting it and who we are.
Good summary of the SBDC program. And of course, I know most importantly, you are a mom of two, but talk a little bit about your role at the SBDC.
Sure. Yeah. So I am the Events and Stakeholder Relationships Manager for our state office. And so my role primarily is to just support all of our statewide event initiatives like this summit, and then develop and foster relationships with our partners and key stakeholders from across the state. And so, yeah, that's a little bit about what I do. But honestly, I do a little bit of everything around this office. So.
Yes, I know that. I'm fully aware of all the things that you do and all the support you provide those 9 regional offices, and we appreciate it, Bridget.
Yeah.
So again, there's certainly other events across the state of Florida, but when you think about truly an event that is focused, laser focused on small business owners and operators and really entrepreneurship, it really is this event. I mean, small business is in our name, right? I mean, this is really all about bringing small business owners together. And you made a great point that it's tough for small business owners to get out of the office, out of the building. I was a small business owner for 25 years. I know how tough it is to leave the business. But I love to always start some of my nights that I give, instruction, and I lead some classes. I always love to talk about the concept of there's time to work in the business, but you also have to spend some time working on the business.
Absolutely.
And this conference is really about getting out of the office, maybe disconnecting for just a short while and working on the business. Is that a fair statement?
That's exactly correct, Tom. And that's what we hope to bring to the table. I really think if you are willing to sacrifice a couple days with us, that you are going to see some resounding benefits from attending. So.
Yeah, and it also is a great opportunity to maybe meet up with your region's SBDC office too. If you're not familiar with the SBDC, what a better time to get familiar, meet up with your regional office, get to know the regional director. They'll all be in attendance here. And then when you're back in your hometown, at that point, connect and leverage the tools and the resources of your SBDC office.
Yeah. We definitely will be bringing to the table at the event, our consultants. You can have some time to meet and chat with them and get to know the SBDC better. And like you said, when you get home, make sure to utilize this no cost benefit to you.
All right. So Bridget, one more time, take us through how do we get registered? How do we find out more information? And give us that early bird date so we don't miss that.
Sure. Okay. So you're going to want to visit our event website. And again, that's www.floridasbdc.org/success_summit. And there's where you can register right now for the early bird rate of $175. And again, that's available until June 30th. So, that date's going to come around the corner. So you're going to want to secure the spot now. After that, it goes up to $250. We definitely I just really want to encourage everyone to visit that website. We have so many good details. If you're on the fence about attending and you want some more details about the agenda and the speakers, and what's going to be going down at this event, just make sure to visit that website and take a look at what we've got going on.
Okay. Bridget, again, I can't say enough about last year's event. It really was a powerful an event that had lots of information. valuable, useful information for small business owners and operators. Got a lot of great response from last year's event over in Tampa. As I said earlier, people were saying too short, needed more stuff. So, needed more time. So it was a good reflection on your first event last year, and looking forward to this year's event, which I know obviously bigger, better, and down in Fort Lauderdale. So thank you for all the hours and time and effort that you and the entire SBDC network team have put into bringing this event to Fort Lauderdale and getting us ready for registration and attendance. We appreciate all that.
Well, thank you so much, Tom, and we can't wait to see everyone there.
Yes, and we can't wait we will be there front and center. Small Biz Florida will be right there in front of the doors. So
sounds great.
You'll have to walk around us to get in this thing. All right. It is Small Biz Florida. I am Tom Kindred, your host, and it is all about the upcoming Small Business Success Summit. It's taking place the 1st of August down in Fort Lauderdale. Thank you, Bridget.
Thank you.
And as always, stay tuned. There's always more to come from Small Biz Florida.
This has been Small Biz Florida, created and produced by the Florida Small Business Development Center at Indian River State College. Your host for Small Biz Florida is Tom Kindred. Partners for Small Biz Florida include WPSL and WSTU and Indian River State College, named the 2019 winner of the Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence.